Hey y'all, welcome on back. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box right there, that means I am live, but if you don't see it, that just means you are catching the replay. Y'all, I just made that so much worse. Welcome on back, y'all. It has been a hot second since I've been on. I hope each of y'all had a great Christmas, but we are going to craft with some items that are 70% off until January 1st. Okay, so when you pop on, say hey and comment the word snowflake, and I'm going to show you how to make just some really simple winter snowflakes. So nothing too crazy, but we are going to take these two standing snowflakes. Y'all, these are like, I think $6 on the website, and they're normally like $12 or something like that. So they're on sale. They brought these back, and then I'm going to use this transfer right here. This one goes with the snowflakes, and I want to say this one is $9, and it's normally $27, okay? So lots of awesome things are on the website for 70% off. So let's get to painting. Hi, hello, hi guys. So we're going to paint. I'm actually going to use this Craft Smart Pale Blue acrylic paint. You could totally use the chalk paste to paint, but I wanted a really light winter blue. But you could do whatever color scheme you wanted. I saw these really pretty brown snowflakes that I wanted to do, but I didn't have the color, so we went with blue. So how was everybody's Christmas? What did y'all do? Did you have a good Christmas? Did you travel? Did you stay home? All the things. Let me know. Hello. Hi, guys. Our keyword tonight is snowflake. So when you comment that word, you should get the link to our supply list that has everything that I'm using, okay? Just 3 things other than like some Mod Podge and some diamond dust. But the snowflakes are on sale, and so is the transfer that goes with it. So we're going to use these items tonight. Hi, hello. Let me pull up my comments over here. Sorry for having my head down. I'm just trying to get this painted as quickly as I can. I know, it's so good to see y'all. I feel like it's been forever. No joke. I was like, am I going to go live? Like, I've been so used to like not going live, but then I'm like, you know what? No, I miss y'all. I miss crafting. I miss hanging out with y'all. So I popped on a date earlier than I had said. Yay, Miss Alita, congratulations. Oh my goodness. That is so exciting. Is it a boy or is it a girl? All right. So here is the first snowflake. We're going to paint the second one really quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these this pale blue color. Okay. And then we're going to chalk on it in white, and then we're going to dry everything and then add some diamond dust. So when you pop on, say hey. If this is your first time watching, welcome on in. My name is Alex. I live in Texas, and I love to craft. So come on in, hang out, comment the keyword, do all the things. We will do a giveaway at the end. So make sure you are on and commenting. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, now my head is up. Hi, Miss Terry Jo. Hi, Miss D and Lolita. Oh, congratulations, this sweet little girl. Hi, Miss Debbie. Hello. Hi, Cindy. And Miss Lee and Miss Donna. Hello. I did. We hit 12,000 followers, y'all. So my goal was to hit 12,000 followers before the end of the year, and we already hit it. So if you've not already followed the page, do hit the follow button, and that little counter behind me will move. I know. It was so exciting. I think I hit it on Christmas Day, actually, if I'm being honest. All right, so we're going to dry these. They're going to need a second coat because, I don't know if you can see, they look a little streaky. Thank you. They look a little streaky, so I'm going to do another coat. Sometimes that happens with acrylic. I probably should have sanded them down just a little bit to make it a little bit, like the acrylic, I guess, to be a little bit more solid, but you know, you live and you learn. All right, a little bit more paint. Okay, so I'm using pale blue from, I think that's from Michaels, y'all. Michaels, and it was my new favorite color when I painted this guy. I painted this one with that, and I absolutely fell in love with this color. I thought it was just like the perfect winter color. So we're gonna paint our base in this pale blue, and then we are going chalk on it. Yes, it's the number of followers, Miss Debbie. Thank you. I know. I did enjoy my Christmas. It looked a little different this year, but that's okay. You know, life happens and things change, but it was a good Christmas still. It really was. I can't complain. All right. Second coat on. Now it does dry a little bit darker than when it's wet. So I don't know if y'all can see that. So it is pretty light when it's wet, and then when it dries, it's like this perfect winter blue. Hi, Angelica. How much are the snowflakes? Miss Cindy, I'm pretty sure the snowflakes are like $5.40 because they're 70% off. So this is actually a retired surface that they brought back for our semi-annual sale. And so they brought them back with the transfer, which I'm going to use tonight. But I'm pretty sure these are $5.40, $5.60, and the transfer is like $9 or something like that. I didn't look at the exact number because sometimes my screen as a designer shows different things than what y'all see. So I want to say it's somewhere around there. I'm going to put some diamond dust on it. We're gonna dry, and we're gonna add our snowflake pattern. How do we order them? Miss Cindy, if you comment the word snowflake, okay, my page will send you a message. When you get the message, you're gonna click on the button that says supply list, okay? Another 2 messages will pop up. There'll be a message with some buttons, and then my Amazon storefront. Scroll up a little bit and click on the button that says chalk products, and it'll take you directly to the website, and it'll have everything in the cart already for you. If you want to add or subtract anything, you can, and then you just check out. But if you need some help, Miss Cindy, just send me a message, and I'd be happy to help you a little bit further, because sometimes it can be a little confusing with all the messages. Hi, Linda. All right, so we want these to be completely dry before we chalk on them, okay? So they look a ton better, not as streaky. I'm obsessed with the color. You're so welcome, Miss Cindy. Please, if you need help, let me know. Just send me a message, and I'm happy to help you. All right, get this completely dry. Looking good. Tell me, what did y'all do for Christmas? Did you stay home or did you travel? I can't believe like it was on a Monday, right? And now everybody's like back at work. Not everybody, but like my whole family, we celebrated Christmas, what was it, Friday and Saturday, because my oldest brother was celebrating Christmas with his wife's family on Christmas Day. So we celebrated our Christmas Friday and Saturday. All right, so these are all painted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of surface wax, okay? And we're going to apply some wax to it because we painted. If I go to put the sticky transfer on top, it could pull up the paint, and we don't want that. Stay at home. Yay! Do you think they're bringing Gingerbread House back? I ordered transfer 9. I don't think so. I don't think so, Miss Angelica. I do not think so. Okay. So I'm heating up my wax because mine's a little flaky, but you shouldn't have to do that. But if yours is a little flaky, just heat it back up, get it back to a little bit more liquidy. Miss Angelica, I want to say no, but I don't know that for sure. Chalk always surprises us, so it could happen. But I can see if I can try to find some extras from somebody else. Just let me know. All right. You hosted 23 family members for dinner. Girl, it sounds like our Christmas in the past when like all our family would come in town. If anyone extra, yeah, Miss Angelica, let me see if I can find somebody who has an extra set. I don't know if they will because that was quite popular. Okay, we wax. Now we're gonna take our transfer. Okay, so this transfer is made for the snowflakes. You could put one of these back stars down first in a different color, right? And then you could layer the snowflake pattern on top. I'm not gonna do that. I just want the pattern Yes, 50. Good Lord, Miss Terry Jo. Goodness gracious, 50 people? That's a whole lot of people. Hi, Lynette. So I am going to, I was going to wax. I'm going to fuzz, okay? So fuzzing just adds a little bit of lint to the back. Now, these are our old transfers, so they're not as transparent as they were before, or as the new ones are. So this might take a little bit of playing with how it's sitting on the transfer, or how it's sitting on the surface, before you get it right. So what I like to do is I like to put it on there and then hold it up to the light, and I can actually see through it to see if it's centered or not. So it's not really centered. So I'm just gonna move it around until I get it. 50 is a lot. My mom and dad, oh my goodness. 50 is a lot. That is a lot of people in one house too. Goodness gracious. Did Christmas Eve. How fun, Miss Robbie. Did all your grandkids come? Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to push this down, make sure it's completely flat, and then we're going to do the same thing with the little one, okay? So the cool thing is, with the little one, there's two choices. Actually, no, there is. So let's do this one. Let's do this one, I think. Yeah, let's do that one. So we're going to fuzz this one. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put these in white on the snowflake, right? And then we're going to dry them, and then we're going to add some diamond dust. What is the name of the blue color? So, Miss Lucy, it is Pale Blue and Craft Smart. I really thought that was a really, really pretty color, like a perfect winter color. So I just painted that in the acrylic paint, and then to apply my design, I'm going to use chalk paste. I don't want to use, if you don't know anything about like silk screening and all that, especially with the chalk stuff, is you don't want to use acrylic paint to apply your stencil or your design, because acrylic paint is a little bit thinner than the paste, and it can seep underneath your transfer and cause bleeding. And then when you go to clean your transfer, it's not going to want to come out. So I don't recommend using, I should have brought out my light. Recommend using acrylic paint to apply the design. You can totally use it to paint your base, but I don't recommend it to apply the design. And I'll show y'all what I mean here in 1 second. So this is the harder thing with these older transfers, is they're not transparent like our new ones. So I am holding it up to the light and seeing if I'm getting it at least somewhat centered on the snowflake. Hold on, y'all. That looks pretty good. I can't find it. Okay, Miss Cindy, let me grab the link for you. Let me grab that link for you, because I have it right here. So if you're wondering what I'm grabbing for Miss Cindy, it's going to be the link to purchase the snowflakes and the transfer. So they're actually 70% off. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Let me log in. They're actually 70% off. So I want to say that the wood cutouts are like normally like 12 bucks, and then the transfer is 27, but they're 70% off. So yeah. Okay. Miss Cindy, this might put multiple of the same item in your cart. So I think it's going to put like 3 snowflakes, 3 transfers. Just make sure you change the quantity to 1, okay? Is that everything on sale? No. Hi, Melissa. No. If you go to the specials tab on the website, there's a bunch of other things that are on sale. But I just put the link in the comments for those of you who are wanting the snowflakes, the snowflake and the transfer and the paste. All right. So we're going to take bright white, and I am just going to apply this color. So this is chalk paste, okay? This is chalk paste. It is thicker than acrylic, and it is semi-removable. So depending on the surface you put it on, you can remove it. It's like on a chalkboard, it'll come off. On wood, you just have to sand it down and repaint your surface, and then you can reuse that surface again. But I am just applying this white all over like so, and then we're gonna lift. Bam. What do y'all think? Look how pretty that is. No, Miss Pam, you can't go back and add to your order that you've already placed. You'd have to make a whole new order, unfortunately. You can try to reach out to Chalk in the morning to see if they've processed your order already. And they might be able to cancel it, but more than likely not. Thanks, Miss Elizabeth. All right, we're gonna do the same thing here. You can do white, y'all. You could do a ton of different color combos. So like I was saying earlier, there was this, I got an inspiration from somebody who had done these, and she painted them in a brown color, which you wouldn't think brown snowflakes, but they actually turned out really pretty. But I didn't have that brown color, and I was trying to recreate it, and it wasn't happening. So we just went with the classic blue winter. Hi, Sharon. Thank you. So we're going to pull these off. Bam. Okay. There are our snowflakes. What do we think? Do we like? Should we keep them this way and add, okay. Should we keep them this way, or should we dry them and add diamond dust? My original plan was to add diamond dust to it. But while those are drying, let's close up our paste. Let's clean our transfers. Maybe if I've got some board erasers right here. Oh, right here. So I'm gonna clean my transfer. I'm gonna spray regular water on top of these. Thanks, Miss Stephanie. Thank you. Add diamond dust. See, Miss Mercy, you and I, same page, girl. Definitely diamond dust then, yeah. Okay. See, we're all on the same page. So regular water board eraser. This is like a magic eraser. It just doesn't have all the chemicals that a magic eraser does. Because you don't want to use a magic eraser on these because you don't want to break down the adhesive on the back. Okay. So cleaning these off like so. I'm going to go over it one more time. Looks good. All right. And then we're going to clean the back really quickly too. And I'm going to pull them off. And then we're going to spray it again. And clean off all that paste. You're just looking to get the silk screen nice and clean. That way you can reuse it again. I know I've used this transfer probably 5 or 6 times. So just make sure you take care of them, y'all, and you'll get a lot of use. You think diamond dust will look good? Thank you. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to look really good. All right, same thing. Okay. Board eraser, clean off the back, looks good, and then we're going to wipe up all that extra water. Y'all, I always tell y'all this glass mat is like the chef's kiss of crafting supplies. It is the bomb. Yes, I did reach my goal. Thank you. It's been very exciting. Okay, so we dried them off. We're going to put this back on the transfer, okay? So sticky side to white side. And we're just gonna do our best to line it up. Y'all, I always don't get it on the first try. Just take your time on there. Make it sure it's nice and flat. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the big one. And then we can put this away and use it another day. Okay? But I'm trying to make sure that there are no air bubbles in it. That way it's laying nice and flat. And we're good. Okay? All right, let's pull these back out. I did. Thank you, Miss Terry Jo. I have something on top of my hair. It's probably part of that board eraser, because that board eraser is starting to crumble on me. Can you please text me the link after your program and what else is on sale? Yes, Miss Cindy. I sure will. I'm just reading all y'all's comments. Okay, so let's make sure that these are completely dry. And then we're gonna go through and we're gonna add some Mod Podge over top. And then some of our diamond dust. I saw it, Miss Stephanie. I got it out of my hair. I have a feeling it was part of a board eraser. All right, that looks good. All right, so we're gonna take some Mod Podge. And before I do that, let's get some of this out. And we'll sprinkle on top of this and we can put it. How long does the paste stay shelf life? I guess it's what I'm asking. Miss Terry Jo, so that's a good question. Some of my paste I've had over a year. I just have to be diligent about spraying distilled water in there to kind of keep it moist. Because if it dries out, it's going to become hard. So the way that you bring it back to life is add distilled water and mix. So I always recommend going through like once a month and just adding a little bit of distilled water into your paste jars and mixing. They guarantee 6 months, but I've had some of mine for well over a year. Some of my colors that I don't use a whole lot, I've had over a year. I just have to be sure to go in and mix in distilled water. And you want to use distilled water that way, ooh, I got a little bit too much. That way funky things don't grow in there. Because if you use regular water, it will, like, mold and stuff will start to grow in there. Because it is all like non-toxic. And so, I don't want to say it's like made from natural things, but okay. See, 2 years, yeah. Hi, Janice. It all depends on how much you take care of it. Some of them, you don't even have to do anything to, and they're great. Like shimmers, I feel like are great. They rarely dry out. Like my shimmer harvest, like this bright gold I've had, it's my same jar that I've had for over 2 years. I mean, it's just now starting to dry out on me. So, okay. See it? Ooh, can y'all see it? Look at that sparkle. Y'all, I'm obsessed. I don't ever remember to use diamond dust. It's like once a year someone has to remind me. And the moment that I start using it, the moment I start falling in love with diamond dust again. Hi, Lois. And I got my diamond dust from Amazon, y'all. That is linked in my Amazon storefront. When you comment the word snowflake and click on supply list in the message, it'll pop up. It's like the second message after you click supply list. And y'all, this thing I've had for 2 years and I'm not even a fourth of the way through it. That's perfect, Miss Stephanie. I didn't even think to do that. That's a great idea. Okay, same thing. Now you could get heavy-handed, you could go light, it's whatever you want to do. But I'm using Mod Podge since it dries clear. Any glue will work as long as it dries clear. Mod Podge is just what I had on hand. I've used the tacky glue. I think I did that last time, to be honest with you. And it worked out great. All right. I shouldn't have closed that. What do y'all think? I love it, y'all. That blue is just like the perfect winter blue. I'm telling you. Okay, let's clean up and then y'all, we're done. That's it. So hit the heart button. Oh, my bad. I was throwing away the Mod Podge. Let's clean this up. Thanks, y'all. Hit that heart button. Sprinkle the video if you can, y'all. Sprinkling just means to share. Sharing and commenting and hitting the heart button helps me out a ton. Even if you never make a purchase from me, if that's all you do, it helps me a ton and it is greatly appreciated. Okay, let's pull these back. We're going to pick a winner. Okay, so the way that you get entered into our giveaways is to hit the heart button, comment our keyword, which is snowflake, and just comment in the comments, and I will pick someone to win $5 off their next order. But what do y'all think? I might have added too much diamond dust, potentially. Are we winning this? No, Miss Sharon. No, you'll just win a $5 coupon. Thank you for sprinkling. What blue is that? The blue I used is Craft Smart Pale Blue. So I'm pretty sure this comes from Michaels. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna refresh my screen, but here are the snowflakes, y'all. They turned out absolutely gorgeous, super simple, nothing too fancy to them, y'all. Just some paint, some chalk paste, and a design, and some glitter, basically. You say, I say no way. No way to what? Hi, Lisa. You're so welcome, Miss Pamela. So like I was saying, y'all, these are 70% off. So the cutouts come white, and I think these are like $6, and the transfer to do the design on top is like $9. So go grab these while they're still in stock, because once they sell out, they won't bring them back, okay? So you can get the link by commenting Snowflake, or I just dropped the link in the comments for you. Give it a second to post. And I just pinned it. That takes you directly to the cart, and it has everything in there that I use. You might just need to adjust the quantity, because I think there's 3 of each in there by accident. So just adjust, so be sure to adjust the quantity before checking out. Okay, here we go. We're gonna pick a winner. 1, 2, 3. Miss Pamela Aldrich, are you here? Miss Pamela Aldrich, are you still on? Thanks, y'all. I think these turned out pretty stinking cute, and they stand, which is even better. Let's see if Miss Pamela's here. If she's not, okay, there you are. Miss Pamela, you are our winner tonight of $5 off. So I will send you a code to use. But y'all, that's it for tonight. Super simple project. Go grab these while they're on sale. And all of that good stuff, okay? Y'all have a great rest of your night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.